Hi everyone and welcome back. My name is Alison, the online piano and the online violin tutor. Due to popular demand, I'm going to go through a sort of easy version of Turkish March on the violin by Mozart, otherwise known as Sonata KV 331 Rondo on the violin. This was mainly because I did a easy piano tutorial of this. I'll link that underneath so you can go and watch that and learn how to play that on the piano if you want. But most of you have said that you wanted this on the violin, so I read, I saw, I listened, and I did. The only thing is, I'm not going to lie, it's quite difficult, but for those of you that are maybe slightly more advanced beginners, or have been playing perhaps a little bit longer, this might be something for you. But as you can see, it's quite difficult. The piece is what the piece is. I couldn't make this piece any easier without actually not doing it at all. Taking some notes out, yeah, but then it wouldn't actually be Turkish March. So if you want to know where to get the copy of this music, I'll have the free sheet that I've done here and arranged for you directly linked underneath. So if you want to know how to play this, then grab your copy of the sheet music and let's get going. Just before I start off this tutorial and go any further, I just want to quickly do a little bit of a plug for my own new website. I've got a new website called www.alisonsparrow.com. It will be coming up here. Go and have a look there. And it's a new website that I've just developed, which is just basically encapsulate everything that I do on YouTube, but much better categorized into a specific website for piano and violin and theory and all that kind of stuff. So for those of you that might underneath the comments say things like, do you have a video on third position? Do you have a video on pizzicato? Do you have a video on vibrato? That kind of thing. I know that I do have those videos on YouTube, but some of you just find it quite difficult to find those videos. So I've taken all of the thinking out of that and I've placed everything into one website, which has been categorized perfectly. So do have a look there, because there might be some videos there that you might have never seen or didn't even realize that I had available. More tutorials, other tutorials, all that kind of thing. So go and head there, have a look, give me your thoughts and feedback. There's also a blog there as well, which I'm going to be adding to sort of as and when I think I've got something interesting to say. So without further ado, let's get on with the tutorial. Very quickly before we start, I'm just going to take you through the process, same as usual. What we've got here are all the finger numbers to all the notes, and trust me, there are a lot of notes in there. And then above that are the letters, and they are the string you're going to be on. So first finger on A, open A, third finger on D, open A, second finger on A. All of this is on the A until you get to the E string, so on and so forth. You guys know the drill for that by now. Right, I'm not going to play this all the way through. I don't have a performance video of this simply because I just didn't have time to do a performance video of this. I've been working on a few other videos and obviously my teaching and performing that I do outside of YouTube as well. So I think mostly throughout this, it's just going to be watching where your fingers go. A lot of the time, you're going to have third fingers that are going to need to be stretched. So for the G sharps, and what I'm talking about is that one. So stretched third finger here for the G sharp, normal, a back one, stretched third, make sure your fourth finger is high enough, second finger's next to third, just stretch that fourth finger up a little bit. It was the only way I could have done it, maybe the C lower, but it did sound. So just stretch it a little bit higher, almost until you're sort of in line with the curve of the violin there. So you just have to know the differences between where the fingers go. So I've also just put some dots on the violin to make it easier for you. So I'm going to go from the beginning. So stretch that fourth finger up. for you are taking notes where I'm going to be putting the fingers. Most of the time I'm going to be putting my third fingers just above the dots. Sometimes my first finger might be back, and also to take note is where my second finger is going, whether it's stretched or back. This is such a long piece that I just think this is probably going to be the easiest way of covering everything for you. So obviously I'm not going to repeat that, I'm just going to go straight on to the next bit. And then the next bit is just pretty much the same as what we've done, so I'm not going to go through that. Moving on to 1, 2, 3, 4. We're now on to the 5th line. Okay, so most of the time my third finger is going to be stretched just above the line, and my second finger is going to be right behind the third finger dot. Moving on. So this is actually the trickiest part. That's pretty easy. This next bit, you've got an F natural. I think it's easier to do it with the first finger because you're going to be using an F sharp again shortly, so you can't go. It's just a bit awkward, so use your first finger as an F natural. So follow the fingers, stretch your third finger, use a 4th for D sharp, and then your first finger, you're already there for the F natural. Let me just do that bit again. Sorry, we're getting focus. Okay, that's that little bit. And then so you'll just have to be careful between moving your first finger to a C natural and to the B. But again, I don't really want to dwell too much on all of this because you've got the music to help you. So the next line is just basically the same, pretty much the same notes in the same positions. So moving on, so we're now 3rd line from the bottom. Saw what I did there. Instead of, I needed a G sharp, and the G sharp I did with a 4th finger, only because I couldn't go, because you can't roll over. Normally you would, but this time I need a G sharp. You cannot roll over to a G sharp without hitting open notes in the middle. So what you do is just slice in the 4th finger behind it. The next part is pretty much the same thing. That bit there. And then moving on to the second page. It's pretty much the same thing there. Then it goes back to the tune. Same thing there. There, I think it's pretty much the same thing. We've already done that little bit. So it's not until we get to 1, 2, 3, 4th line from the bottom that it's just a little bit different.
And that's pretty much it.
So there we go. I know this is a really complicated tutorial and I've tried to make it as easy as I possibly can. So like I said, this might not be for you guys who have literally just started the violin a week or two ago. This is going to be for you guys who started the violin for maybe several months ago and can, you know, have got a reasonable grasp of the violin, and you're now experimenting into D sharps and G sharps, so they're out of the normal position. So if you even know what I just said by then you're probably ready to start this. If you don't really know what I'm talking about, then you're probably not ready to start this. So there we go. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to check out my new website. Link will be up here, all in the description bar underneath, where you can see where I've got more videos on particular techniques and styles and that kind of stuff. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.